What is up, guys? It's Hackers Brookston today with another video for you guys. And today we're going to be doing our Week 10 Power Rankings video for the NFC. So we are not going to be doing all 32 teams. We're just going to be doing the top 10 who I feel the best are the best top 10 wise in the Power Rankings. The best teams that made the top 10. And yeah, we're going to be talking about what they did last week and why I put them at their spot, like the number. And yeah, let's get right into this video. So, number 1, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. So obviously you understand why I put the Steelers at number 1. The Chiefs in the platform, like Sports Center, all those platforms, power rankings, the Chiefs were number 1, which I understand because they won the Super Bowl last year, so they rank up number 1. So they were number 1 for about a good 8 weeks, but this week the Steelers made number 1, and they made number 1 on my list, obviously for reasons, because they are 8-0. The Steelers are 8-0, actually 9-0. The Steelers are 9-0, I think, 9-0 after beating the Cowboys last week. Well, barely beat the Cowboys last week. They came back in the fourth quarter and beat them. They scored a touchdown, and the Cowboys had to go down the field and try to score any game-winning touchdowns, which they didn't.
You blew it!
And, I ranked them at number 1. I was thinking about ranking them at number 2 because, they barely beat the Cowboys. But, yeah, there also is another problem. Big Ben hurt both of his knees. So their undefeated streak may be over if he doesn't play this week, because I feel like he's one of the guys that's keeping them alive. But obviously the past 9 or 8 weeks, they have been dominant. They're one of the most dominant teams in the NFL today. And yeah, they're the only undefeated team in the NFL. So yeah, now let's head to number 2, Kansas City Chiefs. So as you know, I said before, think about ranking them number 1. But, the Steelers kind of took their spot. And the Chiefs are also a team that almost lost on Sunday. They almost lost to the Carolina Panthers, who are not good. They have Teddy Bridgewater. But CMC came back, had a pretty good game, got hurt again, shoulder injury. But, yeah, I ranked them at number 2 because, they've been number 1 for the past few weeks. And, this week is one of the weeks that the Steelers finally took the number 1 spot. So I just put them at number 2 because I feel like they're the second best team in the NFL right now. Because the Chiefs, they have Patrick Mahomes. They have a lot of weapons on their offense. They got a great defense. Yeah, that's all I really have to say for that one. And now, number 3, Baltimore Ravens. This one will be controversial. A lot of people will disagree with this one. A lot of people will agree with this one. There's been talk lately that Lamar Jackson is overrated. I'm not saying that myself. I don't really care. It's not really saying anything. But Lamar Jackson isn't anywhere near MVP talk this year. He's not a throwing quarterback. Not really a quarterback that throws the ball a lot. He likes running it more than throwing it. And he's led them to a decent record above 500. But I feel like, it's going to be a different year for them this year. Last year they were completely dominant, and now this year they kind of aren't as good. They almost beat the Steelers a couple weeks ago, but they lost. And got embarrassed against who? I can't remember. They got embarrassed by somebody. Lamar Jackson didn't throw a lot in that game, and he got embarrassed. But I ranked them at number 3 because they have a pretty good offense either way. And Lamar Jackson is still Lamar Jackson doing everything. And yeah, now let's head to number 4. This will probably be one of the most controversial ones on the list. New Orleans Saints at number 4. So at the beginning of the season, the Saints were known as a bad team. People were saying Drew Brees is washed and he can't throw the deep ball. The Packers beat them, which kind of put them, in a bad spot. After the Packers beat them, they kind of got back on track, and, they beat the Bears a couple weeks ago. They beat the Buccaneers week 1, And the reason I put them at number 4 is because 38-3 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 1 defense in the NFL. And I think that's huge. I mean, they beat the best defense in the league. 38-3. Drew Brees was dominant. The Saints defense had 3 interceptions against Tom Brady. I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, that is why they're ranked higher this week. Last week they weren't ranked as high, but now they are high ranked and they look dangerous right now. The Packers have the first seed still because the Saints lost to them, but now the Buccaneers lost. I think the Saints have the 3rd seed, I believe. Yeah, the 3rd seed behind the Seattle Seahawks. And yeah, now let's move on to number 5, the Buffalo Bills. This is a controversial one also. A few weeks ago, the Bills looked horrible. I mean, terrible. Josh Allen got put out of the MVP talk when he was in it. A few weeks before that, he was looking like an MVP, but then he slipped after getting destroyed by the Tennessee Titans on Tuesday Night Football and got embarrassed by them. And that kind of slipped him out of the MVP talk and kind of embarrassed him, to be honest. And I feel like they got back on track. The reason I'm ranking them at number 5 is because they destroyed the Seattle Seahawks, one of the best teams in the NFC, one of the most dangerous teams in the NFC. The Seahawks offense is unbelievable. They are great on offense. They have MVP candidate, but the Bills came out with a win, scoring 40 points, 41-27, and a win against the Seattle Seahawks, and that helped a lot for the Green Bay Packers, which I'm a Packers fan. And yeah, so thank you, Bills, for that. And now let's move on to number 6, the Green Bay Packers. Yep, number 6. I like it. I saw this one on ESPN. They put the Packers at number 6, and I actually agreed with that. The Packers coming off a loss to the Minnesota Vikings. That was terrible. And then coming in to San Francisco and demolishing the 49ers defense and offense. They played amazing. I mean, what a comeback week. Played amazing. People were saying that they only won because they played a hospital team, which is kind of true. But, I mean, a win is a win. And mark them at number 6 because they played the Jacksonville Jaguars this week, and they should win that game. But you never know because they lost to the Vikings a couple weeks ago in a game that they should have won. I mean, that they were supposed to win. I ranked them at number 6 because they demolished the 49ers, and I feel like that's pretty darn good. And that's all I really have to say. Oh, yeah, and Aaron Rodgers is an MVP candidate. He's right now number 2 below Patrick Mahomes in the MVP candidate talk. Alright guys, so at number 7, I'm going to be ranking the Seattle Seahawks. And this will probably be a very controversial also. All of these are controversial. Let's just go with that. A lot of people are probably going to be mad at this. I ranked them number 7, but I have my reasons. My number 1 reason is their defense. Their defense is probably one of the worst in the leagues, behind the Jets. Their defense sucks. They won't fire their defensive coordinator for some reason. No one knows why. Who knows? They will not fire their defensive coordinator, who is horrible. Jamal Adams is hurt. Russell Wilson had a horrible week last week. They lost to the Bills. Russell Wilson threw 4. He had 4 turnovers in one game last week. One game. And lost to the Bills. And, I mean, the teams they've lost to have been good teams. The Cardinals and the Bills. And they really haven't beat anybody, to be honest. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I know a lot of people are... Like, I don't care. Dislike the video. I don't care. A lot of people are going to dislike the video because of this. If a lot of people see this, Seahawks fans, they'll dislike the video because they're going to be mad. But, I mean, they've played 2 good teams, the Cardinals and the Bills, and they've lost both of those games. And I just feel they haven't beat a good team yet. And, I mean, in a few weeks coming up, they get to play the Jets. I feel like they're just being carried by Russell Wilson, and he's the really only guy doing anything. And that's why I put him at 7, and I mean, they're ranked at 7 in SportsCenter's power rankings also, I think. And, yeah, that's my reason. I just feel like they're not as good as people say that they are. And I'm not saying, I mean, the Packers are competition with them right now in the NFC. And I'm not saying the Packers have beat really good teams also. And the only good team they've really beat is the Saints. And, I mean, that's about it. And then our upcoming schedule, we got to play the Titans and Colts. And that's probably, and the Bears. That's probably the hardest teams. And, I mean, those will be games to show. And, yeah. So moving on, at number 8, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a lot of people will agree with this and a lot of people won't. Just like the Seahawks won. The reason I put the Buccaneers at 8 is because they got destroyed by the New Orleans Saints. A few weeks ago when they beat the Green Bay Packers by a lot, they were ranked very high in the power rankings at like number 3. But they dropped. They dropped a lot. In my perspective, they dropped a lot. Number 8, I mean, they got destroyed. I mean, they played a good team. Again, they played the Saints and got destroyed. I mean, your defense is the number 1 defense in the league, then play like it. Drew Brees destroyed them. Marshawn Lattimore put lockdown defense on Mike Evans, destroyed him. And so I really got to say for that one, that's why I marked him at 8. Not really positive for them right now. Number 9, we got the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, I put them at number 9. Because, you know, they're a very good team. They're above 500. I think they're just a bit better than the Packers. No, they're actually, yeah. The Packers and the Titans lost to bad teams on the same day. And that loss to the Bengals, the Titans loss to the Bengals, just sits in my stomach weird.
That means I win. I get to eat. Oh, God. Why didn't anybody tell me? Oh, my God. My insides are on fire.
You can't lose to the Bengals when you are a good team. You have Derrick Henry, and you guys have showed up. They always show up late in the season. I feel like the power rankings will change in the next few weeks, but right now I feel like they're just at a steady 9. Number 10, this will be surprising everybody. Number 10, we got the Miami Dolphins. This is probably the first year in 3 years that they actually top 10 the power rankings. In my perspective, they are. SportsCenter marked them at 11. Screw you, SportsCenter. Give them a chance. I mean, Tua is playing amazing football. And, I mean, they really are. People thought it would be a bad decision to put Tua in over Ryan Fitzpatrick, but no. I feel like this team is going somewhere. They're playing amazing football lately. Tua's really stepping up in his career. The lefty mobile quarterback is playing amazing. And they got marked at number 10, baby. So that's all I really have to say for them too, and that is the end of the power rankings. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like the video. If you did not like the video and you don't agree, then hit the dislike button. I don't care. It doesn't really affect me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Next power rankings or my thoughts and reactions video on Sunday. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.